Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're putting on our operational pilot hats.
Yes, we are.
We're executing a precision landing, you could say, straight into one of the really technical, data-heavy parts of the airline transport pilot license exams, the ATPL theory.
Performance calculations?
Exactly. Performance calculations for single-engine piston, CP, and multi-engine piston, MEP aircraft.
This is really where the theory hits the tarmac, you know. The margin for error is, well, basically zero in these questions.
And the source material we're digging into today, it models those dense, sometimes intimidating performance documents you get in the real world. Think along the lines of, say, CAP 697 in terms of structure and complexity.
Absolutely. And our mission today, it's pure exam mastery. We want to drill down on how you pull data from the graphs, the formulas you absolutely need, and critically, the, let's say, 3 key traps the examiners often set.
Right. And we're not just looking for the answer itself. We're trying to build the method, the process that guarantees you get it right under pressure.
That's the goal.
If you can master these 3 things, we'll keep coming back to them, the subtraction method, spotting the red herrings, the extra info, and that single most important wind correction formula.
Yes, that one.
You unlock a huge chunk of points in this module. We're going to make sure that key formula is really cemented in your mind by the end of this.
Okay, so to start, we need to get comfortable with how these data sheets are laid out. Let's begin with the slightly simpler foundation. The single-engine piston aircraft.
Okay, let's unpack this SFP climb performance first. When you look at a typical SFP performance sheet, you're dealing with these sometimes complex graphs. They translate things like temperature, altitude, weight,
all the variables,
into time, fuel, and distance needed to climb, F, T, D. And it's not just a simple lookup, is it? It's about bringing multiple factors together on the chart.
Exactly. And that's the first challenge, just navigating those variables correctly. We've got a classic exam-style case study to work through right here. So imagine you need to climb from mean sea level, MSL, right up to flight level 0355. That's 7,500 feet.
Got it.
Your initial aircraft mass is 3,650 pounds, and the outside air temperature, the OAT, is, let's say, a crisp 5 degrees Celsius.
Okay, so first steps are pretty mechanical, right? Find FL075 on the vertical axis of the graph.
Correct.
But here's where it gets a bit tricky straight away, the OAT correction. Often the graph doesn't just give you a line for every temperature. You might get one for icy condition.
International Standard Atmosphere, yeah.
Which is 15 degrees C at sea level, dropping as you go up. And maybe another line for, say, ISA plus 20 degrees.
Right. And our OAT here is 5 degrees C. Now, at 7,500 feet, standard temperature, ISA, is actually about 0 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
So our 5 degrees OAT means we're actually a bit warmer than standard for that altitude. We're at ISA plus 5.
So you have to interpolate. Visually estimate where that ISA plus 5 line would sit between the mark ISA and ISA plus 20 lines.
Precisely. That careful graphical interpolation, it's crucial. Get that wrong, and everything that follows will be slightly off.
Okay, so once you've mentally drawn or pinpointed that ISA plus 5 line, you move across horizontally until you hit the curve for your starting weight, 3,650 pounds in this case.
Yep, find that intersection.
And once you've found that point, you just drop straight down vertically to the scales at the bottom of the graph.
That's the systematic approach. Following those steps precisely for this example should give you your key performance numbers. Time to climb looks like it's around 9 to 9.5 minutes.
Okay, 9 to 9.5 minutes.
And the fuel required for that climb segment is about 3.3 to 3.5 U.S. gallons. That's the raw data, straight off the graph.
That's the kind of nugget you need for the exam. But as you said, that's only half the puzzle.
Exactly. We've figured out the vertical part, the time and fuel to get up there. But now comes the bit the examiners love to test, the correction that really separates the students who know their stuff.
The wind.
The wind.
And this is often confusing at first. Why does wind only affect the distance climbed and not the time or the fuel burned? If I've got a massive headwind, shouldn't it take me longer to reach out?
All right. Many thanks for listening to this free part of the ATPL Theory podcast. If you want to continue learning and access the full comprehensive guide, go to my Patreon at patreon.com/ATPLtheory or my Hero at herohero.co/ATPL. That is patreon.com/ATPLtheory or herohero.co/ATPL. Wishing you all the best